If you like horchata, wait until you see this. I'm turning the most refreshing summer drink into a spectacular cake. And the best part is, you don't even have to turn on the oven.
A crunchy cookie base, a smooth cream with all the flavor of horchata, and a touch of cinnamon to finish it off.
I assure you, this cake, served nice and cold, is a real treat for the summer.
To start, I'm going to make a very simple base with 200 grams of cookies, basically one package, and 90 grams of melted butter. The first thing will be to crush the cookies well until they turn into powder. If you don't have a food processor like this, put them in a bag and crush them. It works just the same.
I use Maria cookies. Why? Because I think they go great with horchata. But if you want another option, if you use cinnamon cookies, you'll also give it a really delicious touch.
Now, I heat up 90 grams or half a cup of butter for a few seconds in the microwave. I could also do it in a saucepan. The only important thing is that it becomes liquid.
Like this.
As you can see on the screen.
Now I add the melted butter and mix everything very well so it comes together and is easy to work with to make an incredible base.
Now, as I was saying, I add the cookies and the butter. It should be a mixture with a texture similar to wet sand, and when you press it, it should compact.
I'm using an 18cm cake pan because I want the cake to be thick. A 20cm one also works pretty well.
If you want the final result to look even more professional, you can put a plastic or acetate sheet around the edges. That trick is typical in pastry making.
If you're wondering how to make sure the cookie crust holds together and doesn't fall apart when you cut it, the trick is to press it down and pack it really well. And my magic tool, a glass. The trick is to make sure the bottom is really flat, so you can press down without any problem.
Just keep pressing it down firmly. And once it's well pressed, set it aside in the fridge while you prepare the creamy filling.
Now I start using the ingredient that's going to give this recipe all its charm, horchata. And any horchata you buy at the supermarket will work. The only thing is to always use it and serve it very cold.
Here I add half a cup of horchata, about 100 milliliters. And I'm going to add a tablespoon of unflavored powdered gelatin. I just need to stir it a few times until it dissolves. Then, wait a few minutes for the gelatin to take effect and everything to become much thicker.
I'm using unflavored powdered gelatin. If you use gelatin sheets, keep in mind that each
Sheet is equivalent to
1.5 grams. And you also need to put them first in a small dish of cold water, so they can hydrate and become soft.
Now, in a large bowl, we put 250 grams of cream cheese or spreadable cheese. We're going to use regular Philadelphia cream cheese. And we add half a cup of sugar. We're going to mash and mix this until it becomes completely creamy. You don't see the sugar grains. On the other hand, we're going to whip a cup of heavy cream. If you don't know, let me remind you. The cream has to be super cold so it whips easily. So, use electric beaters and whip it until it's a bit thick. And here we have the gelatin. See how it's already set? Now we're going to heat it up. You can do it in a saucepan or in the microwave, but just enough. We're going to heat it for a few seconds, just until it's liquid.
Very important, just eat it.
We don't want it to boil. Notice that it hasn't boiled, but it has become completely liquid. We're going to add this to the container where we had the cheese. And we're going to mix it quickly so that it becomes a uniform liquid and the temperature evens out. Once you no longer have lumps, you'll get this texture. And we're going to add it here with the lightly whipped cream. See? Everything in the same bowl. Now we'll mix it, but without whisking. We're going to gently fold it from top to bottom until everything has a uniform texture and color. To finish, we'll add the last ingredient, the rest of the horchata, 2 more cups. You fill them up and keep stirring, looking for a uniform texture and color. And when it's liquid and smooth, like here, the cream is ready. Put something in the mold. It'll come in handy.
We do it liter by liter so the base doesn't move.
Now it makes sense to have put the rubber spatula there. It's so the stream of liquid doesn't fall directly onto the cookie and break it. Meanwhile, we fill it.
Right now it's completely liquid, but when the cake cools down, the gelatin will do its job and give it the perfect texture.
Give the mold a few taps to release any air bubbles, and then let it cool. Put it in the fridge or refrigerator for at least 4 hours.
The most boring part. Wait! I always make this cake a day in advance, so I made it yesterday, and I'm taking it out of the mold today.
And now you can unmold it. Remove the ring from your mold. And if you put a piece of paper or plastic around the edge like I did, you'll see a perfect finish.
Decorating with a little more ground cinnamon on top is practically a must for extra flavor.
Above all, more aroma. And now, the best part. Decorate with a little ground cinnamon and come closer and take a look. Tremendous cake. Tell me that doesn't look perfect. And with the aroma of cinnamon, it's just amazing. A nice chilled cake, and you'll see how it looks inside. When making these cuts, I always recommend wetting the knife. That way, it slides more easily. And you'll have a slice. That's perfect. Look how amazing it looks. A perfect cake on the outside, and, as you can see, on the inside too.
Enjoy your meal. How delicious, refreshing, and with that rich cake flavor. And besides, the texture speaks for itself. It's going to have a crunchy cookie crust, refreshing horchata cream, and just a little bit of cinnamon on top to give it the final touch. If you like horchata, you have to try it. If you dare to try it, let me know in the comments. And also, you can tell me what you want us to make for our next dessert. I'd love to hear your ideas and keep enjoying this together.
So delicious, I love you, Udio. She has that.
What do you want, Robacho?
La cocina empieza la emoción, con pasos simples sin complicación, desde un pastel hasta un buen bizcocho.